this is definitely the biggest challenge that Ludwig has faced in either of his PogChamps, in either of the PogChamps that he's played in. And I think we're going to see how good his nerves are, because he's got to know himself that he is the underdog. Sardoche has been playing a lot more than he has, and it's going to be very exciting.
Yep. But it'll be interesting, right? Because we see Sardoche has that Hafu kind of vibe grind, right? He came in, he's just been, grinding for the last month. We know he's also been working with Kevin Bourdie. Blitzstream also gets a huge shout out for working with Sardoche. But then you have that experience factor, because Ludwig's been here since Pog 1, and we've been seeing him stream chess for the last 8 months now, right? And we know that's got to count for something in regards to his experience. So I wonder how that'll play out here between the two of them.
Now, will Sardoche go for the double lift on the H file with Rook H4 and Rook D to H1? I guess it's not actually a lift; that's just a doubling up. But will he play Rook H4 and Rook D to H1? Is actually quite a serious question here.
Right. Well, the only thing even stronger potentially is something with G4. I mean, if he finds and recognizes the idea to undermine the knight and open this diagonal, that would be. And I don't put it past him. He did play the Grob for a while, and then he realized how bad that was. Shout out to Kevin Bourdie, good coaching. Left that behind. But he does know of G4.
Right. That is true.
Okay, Lud does find H6. Logical stuff. Look at Sardoche.
Yeah, now 95 or G4. Oof.
Yeah.
Right away, too.
What a game by both these guys right now. I mean, this is PogChamps 3 presented by Grip 6, everybody, but this is some quality chess here by these two guys.
I think that Ludwig is in really bad shape. But again, we'll see what he does, because he is deep in thought right now.
And the very close game on the clock. These two guys are feeling the gravity, the weight of the situation. Sardoche with a few good options.
Yeah, many good options. G4, F4, and Knight DF3 are probably the 3 best moves in this position. Now, if he sees the idea of pushing the pawns forward to open it up, then I understand. He goes Rook H3, which I don't like. Yeah. I don't like Rook H3 at all here. To me, it feels like Sardoche is not actually seeing the idea. Now, mind you, F4, it's hard to play because you hang G3 multiple ways. But I think what he needs to realize is that time matters here. Time really does matter. You have to be fast.
Let's see what Lud's about to do.
I think I want to go F6. But how does he follow?
Oh, he does go to F6. I think Sardoche will see it now. Pretty confident Sardoche will see Knight D7.
He falls there.
And Ludwig saw it too right after he played it. Yeah. He highlighted it.
And the thing is, I did see it too, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Tough spot to be in for Ludwig here. Yeah. But it's not over, actually. In a way, it's good that he gives up the material, because now he has more chances to kind of defend the position. It's not so easy for White to just attack anymore.
No, I was just going to say that. It's like almost the accidental blunder, because that knight and the potential Sardoche already had with opening up the position is actually kind of going away now. So he's going to win the rook.
Right.
But this is not over. I'm more worried about Ludwig being down a minute on the clock than I am on the position right now.
Right, agreed. Yeah, the position is relatively okay here for Ludwig. Right, but again, Ludwig plays Knight B4, and now you can't go A3. A3, Knight A2, and Black is winning. A3, Knight A2, and then you sack a knight and you get the fork.
Oh my god, what a sick move! I gotta show it. If A3, Knight A2, flip the script and drop a fork like it's hot. Keep it PG. Yep. No, thank you.
Right, if you go to D1, it's the same thing. Exact same thing.
That is a nasty tactic.
Yeah, it's just chess.
Wow. Well, you saw it instantly. Dude, I wouldn't see that if I had 10 minutes. There's a king. Oh! He played F3. Lud has it if he sees it.
No!
Oh,
no! No, Ludwig, no!
He missed it. Oh. Although that's... Obviously, that was super hard, but still, oh, man.
I don't know, but I don't think it was hard, Danny, because this pawn was hanging for free. It was a check.
Yeah.
It was for free. So I actually don't think it was super hard if he had used time. That's why if Sardoche goes a3, I understand it being hard to find it, but the fact that it's a free pawn and it's with a check, I think he actually should have found it. But again, both players are getting low on time, so it's not easy.
It looks like he's backing up.
Not that bad though.
Oh,
it's not that bad.
Yeah, he's headed to f6. Good call. The d3 pawn's hanging.
Rook g4 is so tricky.
If I take here.
Does
if
he
I
see
take
it?
here, he checks. I lose my queen, right?
Sees it.
Yeah, of course he sees it. Not surprising. Because you don't just start
really sweat here.
Hang a free rook.
Yeah.
Queen e3 is a great move too.
Yeah. What a great game by these two guys right here. This is awesome to see the championship bracket come down to this kind of chess.
And there's only one good move for white here, which is rook to h1. Otherwise, black is knight f6 or bishop to e2, collecting one of the rooks here. Will Sardoche, knight f6.
Knight g3, but does Ludwig see it? This is it. This could be the win of game one if he sees knight f6.
It's only one pawn, so it's still quite a ways to go, but yeah. Oh no. Oh no, now he's gonna see it, yeah.
Take your time. No, don't move your king. F5. I like he's working through candidate here.
Yeah. Now he sees it, yeah.
You gonna see it?
Yeah, he's gonna play it for sure. Yeah.
Wow, awesome shit. I like that he worked through what he did there, everyone, to learn from it is he considered a move, he didn't play it, and he kept working through the position, and he eventually found knight f6.
Right, and now you can see also when you look at Sardoche how on edge he is. And again, this is the thing I would say with Sardoche. I feel like when he doesn't have a clear-cut idea, he can get too nervous and bad things can happen. And I mean, he was dominating this game, but Ludwig again stayed in the game. He's hung around, and sure, he missed this knight 8 takes a2 idea, but overall finding really good moves.
Yep.
Wow, a5. Okay. Okay, now that was a pretty severe mistake.
Yeah.
By Ludwig, because now the king can enter. He could have left the pawn.
Will Sardoche see rook takes e6?
Yeah, this late game. Whoa.
Doesn't.
Okay, now Ludwig's in the driver's seat.
Yep.
Sardoche has to take with the d pawn. He takes with the f pawn, it's over. But he takes with the d pawn.
But now, can Ludwig find a move like bishop b5? Ooh.
The king b6. I think this is still probably a draw with correct play.
Yeah.
But wow, what a game!
Yeah.
And see, the problem with this endgame is that it's a light square bishop. That's the problem. The bishop can't touch any of white's pawns.
Yeah.
Bishop is just it's opposite colors. Now king d6, and I think white is probably winning. Now, can Sardoche keep it together and go king d6 is a big question. If he goes king d6, I think he's winning here.
White could be up a knight and still lose the game to the corner pawn.
Right. Oh, there's f5 now though. Will Sardoche go f5?
Oh man, f5,
f5 is
E6.
winning. You use the two pawns go up the board. Will he find it or not?
No, he plays e6 first.
That's not a bad move either.
Yeah, because Ludwig probably won't take.
Wow, this is crazy. I think this is still winning for white after bishop takes pawn, but very hard to play. Now after king takes pawn, I think it should be winning for Sardoche.
Look at his focus. Blood hasn't talked in like 3 minutes. Somebody call some help.
King f7 is the best move.
Yep.
Oh, he
now
found
he
knight
bishop
e3.
b5
What a
if he sees
move. And knight f5. What a move by Sardoche. Knight e3. Wow. That's impressive. And now knight f5, and you go the other way after the pawn on h4. And I think there's almost no chance that Sardoche misses it, because the only piece you can move here is the knight.
Wow.
Yeah,
No, you're right.
yeah. There's just no way he misses knight f5. Amazing stuff from
Wow,
Sardoche.
what technique there? Seriously, you're right.
Yep.
Wow.
Amazing stuff.
That's probably better endgame technique than I've displayed in more than a decade, Hikaru. Let's be honest.
Yeah, I mean, Sardoche really actually, I've said that his nerves have been his biggest issue. He's really kept it together well in this game. From the winning position, which I'm sure he knew he had, to then when he was down a pawn in the middle game, to keep going, very, very impressive.
Give up your C pawn and hope for stalemate. Nope, but Sardoche getting surgical up in those dark squares. Thanks, Marcellus Wallace. Fires in a blowtorch on G7, and we got problems.
Allez, pousse ce pion.
Hats off.
Pousse ce
Yeah,
pion.
this is going to be quite
amazing.
That was an amazing game. Sardoche pulls through with the white pieces.
Wow. What a game.
Oh là là, qu'est-ce que c'était dur.
What a game. Right, and so we have the Alpin, or we have the knight f6 variation played here against the Alpin Sicilian or c3 Sicilian. Going to be very interesting to see what happens. I think if you're Ludwig, I don't know if Ludwig has looked at this, but I would hope that he's looked at this a little bit at least. But I still think a6 is completely reasonable too. But oh no, not queen a4, no.
Super risky.
I think there are many options that are good for black here. I mean, I think bishop d7 is great. Like, wow, he just played it without even a second thought.
What a move.
Wow, and Sardoche goes knight c7. I mean, I don't even know what to say. He's just playing this like a GM so far. He really is. Knight c7 was an all-star move just because now you can put the bishop on d5 and get a wooden shield. You also open up the diagonal as well towards h1.
Yeah. One risk of knight c7 though is if he doesn't follow through with it, and let's say he makes the mistake of taking with the pawn, Ludwig is castled. Ooh, and see, so that's definitely not a good idea.
That is definitely not a grandmaster move.
Look how far we've come. We're actually criticizing them on the level of like strong. I mean, in a good way. They're playing good chess. That is definitely not a grandmaster move. You highlighted it well though. Seriously, if he develops the knight and puts the two rooks in the center, he's in a good shape.
Right now, the thing is, however, I think for Sardoche, he should close the center with pawn to d5 and then try to develop the bishop and castle. I think it's really important that he tries to do that.
Yeah, and a good reminder for, we know a big chess audience learning the game is you almost never want to take a piece that helps your opponent develop a piece. Almost never. And bishop takes d2 did just that. So, okay, queen c3 is also not bad, but Ludwig can't. Okay, he sees g3.
Okay.
But you gotta get going over here on the queen side.
Well, rook c1 and queen c6 is a huge threat here. So it's also on Sardoche here. He has to stop that. He has to play rook c8. If he does not play rook c8, white's gonna get rook c1, and he does. Wow.
Big move.
Okay, so now will Ludwig play knight b3 and get the bastion?
Huge moment.
Yeah.
Rook c1 is not as good as it looks because Sardoche can move the knight and take care of everything. But knight b3...
a8. Only move, by the way, Danny. a8 is the only square because e8 you lose.
Ah.
So he'll be forced to find the corner jump and then come to c4.
Right.
So that's also why rook c1 is not the best move. He goes knight f3. Not a bad move either. But not best because now I think there's a good chance Sardoche will see the idea of getting his knight to c4 with knight a8, b6.
Right.
So Ludwig plays rook g1. Now the question is, will Ludwig realize that he's got to take with a knight here? Because again, a draw is not good enough in this position.
Right, he has to keep
So I
winning
think Ludwig will
alive.
realize that. Yeah, he's got to take with a knight because it's an end game, and a draw is not good enough here. So he's got to take with a knight and keep the rook on the board. Good move by Ludwig.
2 thumbs up. Again, it's now become easier moves for Ludwig, which is also critical because he was running out of time.
Rook c6, yeah. I mean, this is getting...
Yep.
Whoa, this is starting to turn around. This is starting to turn around.
Here he goes.
Whoa.
Rook c6.
This is starting to turn. Big moment here for Ludwig.
That's the mogul move.
I think he's
going to
make
Magnus proud.
I think he's going to
finds
see it.
Someone clip that.
Yeah,
and
I
ship
think
it
he's
to
going to see rook
Magnus.
h7. Yeah, I think he's going to find rook h7 here.
Wow, dude.
Yep.
Better, thinking faster, playing smarter. Smoke a cigarette, Frenchie. You seem stressed out. It's just a chess game amongst shitters. Relax. Thousands happened in the time we've been playing.
Wow, Sardoche is. I mean, I think Ludwig could win this game.
Yeah,
he
dude.
totally can win this game. And the other reason that I think he can win is because, again, the only routing of the knight that works here is c7, a8, b6, c4. It's, again, a very unusual pathing of the knight, and I don't. Whoa, maybe he sees it though.
He found the first move.
He found knight c7.
Okay, this is.
I mean,
moment of
again,
truth.
yeah.
Does he see this, or was this sort of just a lucky square that he picked?
I think it might just be a lucky square that he picked.
Yeah, I think you're.
Yeah, it's just so it's just so weird moving your knight to the corner. It's just it's a weird concept that, I mean, the pathing is just so strange.
Yep, and the fact that it's so tricky is going to make it easier for Ludwig. No, you're totally right.
But Ludwig's going the wrong way with the king. He needs to go to the king
there
side.
He goes. Now he's
side.
figured it out.
Yeah, now he's got it. Yep, and here we go.
King comes into f6, and he's gonna get this thing.
I think Ludwig's gonna win if he, because now he's gonna see knight f8 next move. What a brilliant game! What a brilliant recovery by Ludwig. It actually, it feels like in the end games, Ludwig has been a little bit better than Sardoche. It's just at the critical moments in that first game, just like one or two little minor mistakes shifted it. But like in this game, he's just outplayed Sardoche in this whole end game. And now knight f8. Oh wow! What a move by Ludwig!
Game right
what
now
a move
from Ludwig, and he's gonna
win
the king.
He's gonna win! Wow! What
Wake up, boys and girls! We're headed to overtime.
We're going to a tiebreaker. Yep.
It's a tiebreaker.
Yep. Wow.
Oh man! Call in sick. Drink your favorite yerba mate. Wait, can I say it like that? Don't mispronounce it. That's right.
Wow! And Sardoche resigned.
Get! Give me 3! Ludwig special! I always lose the first.
Did he just do a Trump impersonation? Oh my god, we don't want to talk about that. He said, I always lose the first.
Wow.
That was weird. Oh my gosh.
By the way, I love this opening. I think this is actually in a blitz game very beneficial for white. I think this is much more advantageous.
Agreed.
Because I think it's, unless you know exactly how to develop with black, I think that in general it's really hard to play. You'll have to use a lot of time figuring out how to develop your piece. So now Ludwig should
let's
go
remember,
bishop
Ricardo,
e3.
this is no longer a draw odds for black, which between these two guys might have mattered because Sardoche might be able to. So this is good for Ludwig. Shout out to Ezra's Monkey. Also love your username.
Yeah, exactly. So let's see what happens here. Okay.
Queen d2 threatens bishop h6 if black gets castled. So this is advantage Ludwig in the opening. Sardoche feeling the pressure.
Yeah, definitely. And I think here for Sardoche, he takes on e5. Very scary move. Now knight takes pawn is playable. Pawn takes pawn. I think there might be an f6 trick here.
Yeah, that would
but
be.
I think it's very scary to play. I think it's very scary to go f6 here.
Knight takes c6.
I think f6 is probably good for black, but very scary to play. Yeah. See what happens.
Oh, he finds f6. Okay.
Amazing.
He takes right away.
Takes. Yeah.
Let's
Bishop h6 is probably the best move here, but tough move to play.
Yeah. That's super tough move.
Ludwig is panicking. He's panicking here.
Yeah, he's panicking.
You can tell Ludwig's panicking.
Take me!
Don't just grab your C, says thank you, Salt Mine. Oh no.
He's up on the clock though. He's up 1 minute on the clock.
Yep.
Okay, it's still very much a game. Knight c3 is a good. No, don't take it, Ludwig. Don't panic.
Oh no, he's panicking.
Oh, Ludwig he's had such good nerves. Oh, whoa, does that work or not?
But he does because he has bishop e6.
Wow.
Even if Ludwig
almost a
finds
huge blunder.
D2. No.
Wow, almost a huge blunder by Sardoche.
This might have been.
Yeah, I mean Ludwig has to move this game. No, what is Ludwig doing?
Oh,
But
man.
it's okay.
Knight d5 though? Now knight d5.
Okay, it's not over.
This is crazy. It's
Dude,
not
this is so
anywhere
crazy.
near over.
C7 is a fork.
This is insane. Like Ludwig totally panicked and lost his mind
Dude,
there.
what a
but...
move though. Rook a7 by Sardoche. What a move.
Great move by Sardoche. Rook e7. Wow, what a move by Sardoche. Like it's only, you know what's weird? It's like when he doesn't have time to think, he's actually playing better.
Yeah.
He's playing like much better than when he had time to think.
Yep.
Pretty amazing. There's almost nothing I can say negative about this game. Sardoche has just played an amazing game.
Yeah, seriously. The fact that he found f6 too was huge. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
Bud went all in when he knew he was better and up on time, but it's one of those tricky moments. He kind of got a little unlucky with knight takes e5, but still, it's really hard to know that you don't have to start sacrificing, you know?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. And now the moves play themselves. Bishop c5 check and rook h1 is mate.
Yeah. Brutal. Ouch.
Oh, the fork.
Yeah, I mean, basically the reason that I would say, I mean, Ludwig lost this game is because he panicked. He panicked in the middle there for a couple of moves. Yeah. That was really the difference in general. And yeah, there's Sardoche, I've seen him mate with king and rook. He knows how to mate. Yeah. There's just no way.
I mean, that tempo with the rook wasn't even necessary. He delivers it. Wow, what a crazy.
Yeah, no, I mean, I saw that coming. Yeah, we saw it in his match against Nico, actually. That's one thing that I noticed even in Pog too. The people who had that technique where they could ignore half the board when they like a king, a rook, or a king and a queen, those were the guys who were very, very dangerous. And you could tell very early on that Sardoche
had
that capability.
T'as 30 000 sommes, mais ton cerveau fonctionne pas aussi bien, malheureusement. Putain.
I was listening to his breathing for a minute. Man.
Oh, bordel.
Wow. You can see how much this means to him. Just crazy. Lud, here's the thing, dude. You played like a badass. Mogul moves everywhere. I know this didn't end how you wanted, but man, I mean,
I feel money. I actually, like, when I lost to Charlie, no cap, and consolation, I was like crushed.
Yeah.
I was like sad. I wanted to win. But I realized, because I started coaching with Hess way before this tournament was announced, before I knew about it. All I've wanted to do is just get better at chess. And I think much like Logic felt after losing it, I just feel good. Like I'm cracked now, bro. Like I took a game off Sardoche. This dude's like 18,000 rated.
You played well better than 1200 actually. I saw your tactic. You saw everything I was planning to do. You always contemplate. You missed some blunders I did, obviously, but well, I was in more difficulty than in my 1400 games actually. I
was impressed at your speed, because usually I'm pretty up on time control in my games. And I definitely had to tank for like half my moves because you had like, bro, you playing like a true Frenchie, dude. I can't get in.
I knew you would actually try to flag me, so I will never let the clock get for your favor. I will play a move even though it wasn't the best, but it was important for me to put the pressure on you so you could actually blunder. So
yeah, it definitely worked, because I think game one, I definitely had a lead. I knew that after I took the rook with the knight fork, and then I was lower on the clock in my end game. You know, I'm sad to say I lost Dvorsky's endgame manual on the move, and that hurts.
You're really good at it game, actually. I didn't train that enough. I didn't went enough into theory.
Bro, you can't say I'm good when you beat me in it. That's not how it works.
But guys, I mean, you guys seriously played fantastic chess. And Hikaru and I were, I mean, I said before we went to break here, I said, look where we've come.
No, but I mean, you know, I think to be clear, I mean, I think actually, yeah, like Ludwig, I mean, Sardoche is not wrong. I thought in the end games you played really, really well. Like that second game, especially when you were down the pawn at the start with the rooks and the knight, you played that extremely well. Just the whole way, moving the rook in, taking the pawn on one side, then bring the rook back to the other side to grab the other pawn and bringing the king in. I mean, I couldn't have done it better myself. So I think you're selling yourself a little bit short, because that end game was amazing.
So we said on camera, Lud, right here, we said if Lud finds rook a7, call Magnus, because we got some mogul moves going, and you played it, and rook a. This was literally grandmaster level endgame technique. I believe you not.